When most prisoners dream of escape, they dig tunnels underground. But not this crew. These inmates decided to break through the ceiling instead. Armed with hammers and saws, they chipped away slowly. Every shard of debris was carefully collected to avoid detection. Everything seemed to be going perfectly, until disaster struck. A pile of debris suddenly collapsed, leaving a massive hole in the ceiling. The cell was a mess, and the guards were doing their routine rounds below. Panic set in. Logan, the mastermind with glasses, quickly ordered his cellmates to block the hole. Fast. Everyone sprang into action. Two guys stayed behind to clear debris. One rushed to the kitchen and came back with eggs. Another tore down a pinup poster from the wall. Meanwhile, Logan shredded newspapers, soaked them in water, and mixed them into a pulp. Then came the weird part. He added the eggs into the bucket. What they were creating wasn't food. It was camouflage. The mix was molded into solid square blocks and packed into the ceiling hole. The final touch? The same pinup poster, now covering the patched ceiling. Just as they finished, the guard arrived at the door. They acted calm, pretending everything was normal. The officer inspected the cell, looked around, then glanced up at the poster. He stared. Everyone held their breath. But instead of peeling it off, the guard just smiled, distracted by the woman in the photo, and walked away. What he didn't know was that behind that poster was a hollow space, big enough to hold 50 tons of dirt. The next day, the team got to work measuring the prison layout with their footsteps. They estimated they'd need to dig a nearly 100-meter-long tunnel to escape. So they got busy. Back in their cell, they knocked along the walls to find the weakest spot, then began cutting out a secret entry. Once again, they used the fake plaster mix to reseal the entrance after each dig. 1 month in, the tunnel was big enough for one person to crawl through. The dirt they dug out, all of it was packed into bags and secretly hauled to the top floor's hidden attic. Now the real work began. The 6 inmates divided tasks and worked in shifts, 8 hours a day, switching every 2 hours. Every trace of dirt was cleaned off their bodies, even under their nails, before they rejoined the rest of the prison population. To speed things up, they carved a hole in the ceiling of the tunnel to create a dirt chute. They worked like a well-oiled machine, even posting a lookout to warn of guards approaching. But they had to keep up appearances, joining daily routines, meals, even games, so no one suspected a thing. Then came trouble. One night, a prisoner fainted mid-dig. The tunnel had gone so deep they were running out of oxygen. Logan came up with a quick fix. He rigged a makeshift fan using a bucket, plastic blades, and an electric motor. He attached it to a long pipe to pump fresh air underground. Problem solved. But more danger was coming. A sudden earthquake rocked the prison. Everyone was evacuated to the yard. Logan and 2 others pretended someone was injured to explain their delay. The guards didn't say much, but they were clearly suspicious. Soon after, the warden made a move. He turned one of the inmates into a snitch. It didn't take long for Logan's team to figure it out. The guy suddenly had high-end cigarettes, the same brand the warden smoked. That was all the proof they needed. They kept quiet. After nearly 18 months, the tunnel was finally done. During visitation, the inmates secretly passed word to their allies on the outside.